Have you ever walked away from an argument thinking, why does this always happen? Or felt hurt, misunderstood, or rejected, even though your partner insists, that's not what I meant? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most relationship conflicts aren't just about what was said or done, they're about how your brain interpreted it. Your mind is constantly filling in gaps, predicting intentions, and assigning meaning, often without you realizing it. And sometimes it gets it wrong. In this video, we'll talk about how cognitive distortions quietly sabotage relationships, why two people can experience the same moment completely differently, and how to stop your brain from turning misunderstandings into a full-blown conflict. Your brain hates uncertainty. So when information is incomplete, ambiguous, or emotional, it fills in the blank fast. If your partner replies late, sounds distracted, doesn't react the way you expected, forgets something important, your brain doesn't wait patiently. It jumps to interpretation. They don't care. I'm not important. They are angry. I did something wrong. This isn't because you're dramatic or insecure. It's because your brain's primary job is protection, not accuracy. And in relationships where attachment and vulnerability are involved, the brain becomes extra sensitive. Cognitive distortions are habitual thinking patterns that distort reality. They are shortcuts your brain uses to make sense of emotional situations, especially when you feel unsafe, rejected, or anxious. They are not lies you tell yourself on purpose, they are automatic interpretations that feel true. And in relationships, they can quietly poison communication. Let's look at the most common one that show up in romantic and close relationships. Mind reading. You assume you know what your partner is thinking. They didn't text back, they are annoyed. They didn't compliment me, they don't find me attractive. No evidence, just assumption. Your brain fills silence with meaning. Personalization. You make everything about you. They are in a bad mood. I must have done something. They are quiet. I'm being boring. Your partner could be tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, but your brain says, this is about me. Catastrophizing. You jump from small issues to worst case scenarios. We argued. This isn't working. We are going to break up. The conflict hasn't even settled, but your brain is already planning emotional evacuation. Emotional reasoning. If I feel hurt, it must mean they hurt me on purpose. Feelings become proof, but emotions tell you that something hurts, not always why. All or nothing thinking. It's either they always ignore me or they never listen. Reality is usually messier, but the brain prefers extreme because they feel safer and clearer. Why these distortions hit harder in relationships? Because relationships trigger attachment. When your connection to someone matters deeply, your brain becomes hyper alert to threat. Past experiences shape this too. If you grew up feeling emotionally neglected, criticized, or abandoned, your brain learned, I need to watch for danger. So a neutral tone can feel like rejection. A small disagreement can feel like abandonment. Your brain isn't trying to destroy your relationship, it's trying to protect you using outdated rules. Let's say your partner says, we need to talk later. One brain interpretation, oh no, I did something wrong. They are upset. This is bad. Another interpretation, okay, they want to discuss something important. Same sentence, completely different internal experience. The distress isn't caused by the words, it's caused by the meaning your brain attaches to them, often automatically. How to stop your brain from sabotaging connection? You don't need to eliminate cognitive distortions. You need to notice them. Here are 3 grounding questions that interrupt the misunderstanding machine. First, what story is my brain telling me right now? This separates facts from interpretation. Second, what evidence do I actually have? Not feelings, evidence. Third, is there a more neutral or compassionate explanation? This isn't about invalidating your emotions. It's about slowing down before turning perception into accusation. Misunderstandings don't mean your relationship is broken. They mean two nervous systems are trying to feel safe at the same time. When you learn to spot cognitive distortions, you stop fighting your partner and start observing your thoughts. And that shift alone can change how conflict feels. If this video resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, sometimes the biggest barrier to connection isn't communication, it's interpretation.